doing about 75 miles an hour here in the Volvo C40. Getting really good efficiency. It's sitting right around 3.2, a little bit more than that, miles per kilowatt hour. So we're here on 85 North going between Charlotte, North Carolina and Raleigh, Durham. Doing about 75 miles an hour here in the Volvo C40. Getting really good efficiency. It's sitting right around 3.2, a little bit more than that, miles per kilowatt hour. And when I left Hertz, it was telling me I was going to have about 17 miles of range left when I arrived at my destination, and it's up to 31%. So I can't complain about that. It's certainly a smooth, quiet ride. It's not particularly quick off the line. When I go and hit the foot pedal, it's got a little bit of travel there before it kind of get ups and goes. So I'm definitely preferring what I get from, a Tesla or the Lightning or the kind of vehicles that I'm used to driving. Little ergonomic things are not the greatest for me. It's probably just a me thing, but little things like I like to be able to put my arm up on the kind of windowsill area up here, but this one's really high up, so I don't really care for that. And then even just as far as the armrests, the one on the door is higher compared to the one down here on the center console. So what you end up with is this kind of tilt where my left shoulder is higher and my right shoulder is lower, and so that's not the best for me, but that's just, again, probably a personal little nuance that nobody else would care about. It does have adaptive cruise control with lane centering, so I just have to kind of keep my hand on the wheel and it does its thing, which is nice. Visibility is pretty limited out of the rear view mirror. You really can't see that too well here with the dark, but it is a small little window. It does have a sunroof, so not really a sunroof, I guess, but a glass ceiling. So that's kind of typical, as you'll see in like the Model Y and Mustang Mach-E and those kind of things have all kind of gone to that glass roof. So yeah, overall, a great little compact SUV, and Volvo's known for safety and great driving comfort. So it doesn't blow me away. It's definitely not my particular type of vehicle, but I don't think you can complain about it. And for a rental, it's certainly fun to drive, and it's always kind of cool to be in a new vehicle and in a new area and check it out. And I'm definitely enjoying the ride and all of these amazing trees and colorful flowers and all the things that are here in North Carolina. Taking a look here at the software package on the Volvo C40, you can see here the instrument cluster behind the steering wheel, really well positioned, easy to see, right in your line of sight. Nothing's being blocked by the steering wheel itself. There's the speedometer on the left. You've got your GPS overlay right in the center, which I really appreciate. Then on the right, it's going to show you your power and your regen. Then you've got your traditional center console screen. Not an overly huge screen, to be honest, but big enough. It's got your GPS on there now, but it's got Android Automotive. So with just a tap of this button or this button, it's going to bring up your software apps. It's got YouTube, which is only really used if you're stationary and parked charging or something. It's got your Google Maps and Spotify, YouTube Music, which I had to download and attach to my accounts. So it does have Apple CarPlay for those that like that. This button here, press that, and it's going to kind of give you your GPS back to your Spotify area, and then you can press it again and go back to your CarPlay, your GPS, or this screen here, which is going to show you your range. It's going to show you your energy use, how your driving style has been, how much impact your climate control has had. It's got a range optimizer on there, and so you can press that, and you can then maximize the range with efficiency, controlling the climate controls, that kind of thing. I'm not going to do it. Right now I'm getting pretty good miles per kilowatt. On the whole trip, it's been 3.8 miles per kilowatt hour right now. So really fantastic there. So overall, the software is really intuitive. I'm surprisingly not as happy with the Android Automotive as I thought I would be, because I like having it sync to my phone. That way, when I do a voice to text or something like where I want it to synchronize, it mutes the sound system, which when I do it on my phone, when I do a voice command to my phone, it's not muting the Spotify or YouTube music. So that is a little bit different. But overall, the software is intuitive. And there's an area when we're parked here where I'll show you can go into the controls and set like one pedal drive and all those different aspects as well. So I'll show you that when we're parked. So now we've had an opportunity to park, and we can take a look at some of the other software aspects of the Volvo C40. So you can see here you've got your cameras. So when you press that, one of the things I'm not really a fan of is how this view is really limited out the back. And almost similar to how the rear view mirror is very limited. So not a big fan of that, but it is what it is. And then you can go here, and this is where you can get your Android Automotive apps that you can download. You got the Play Store, so I was able to download for myself Spotify, YouTube Music. Just logged in with my phone, and that was kind of convenient. It's got YouTube, which is only available, of course, when you're stopped, Waze and Maps for navigating. And then you can then go from here into your settings menu. And inside here is where I found the different aspects, like for driving, you've got off-road and standard. You've got pilot assist, which I have on, lane keeping, which is great. I didn't do the roadside information or any of that. This was off when I got into the car, which is one pedal. Love one pedal drive, so definitely wanted to have that there. And then you've got your different things like your charging. Right now I've still got 26% range. I do love this where you can limit the current. Right now it's set to 48 for AC charging. And in the Lightning, I don't have the ability to do this. I really wish it did. So this is something I'm a real big fan of, because I'd like to be able to bring that down if I need to, if I'm working off like a dryer outlet, or if I want to slow down the charging for some reason. This is something that I think is really fantastic. And then you've got your sound, and the sound in here is really great. So you can have driver focused or rear focused, or however you want to kind of do that. It's got surround sound and some little basic kind of, bass, treble, subwoofer, nothing amazing there. But the sound was great in the vehicle. I'm not particular. I'm not an audiophile or anything like that. And then you get into your connectivity. So you got your Bluetooth, some Wi-Fi there. And so I can connect my phone there, but it doesn't have wireless Android Auto, because it does have Android Automotive built in. Then you get into your controls, and this is all the basic stuff, but there are some cool things here. Like, for example, the headrest fold. You can take and fold the headrest behind you. And then you've got exterior mirrors tilt at reverse, which I'm a big fan of. I like that. Fold mirrors when locked. The Lightning does that, and I like that as well. So these are where you find all of those kind of settings. Unlock the doors. Is it just the driver or all the doors? So all of that is where you find it here. Then you can back out of controls. You got your driver profiles. And so I've got my name in there listed, but I'll delete that when I drop off the car. And then, you've got things like your system language, date, units, if you're going to do different types of, if you're like, if you're doing the metric system or whatever. And then you've got your Google, so you can link your account and all that stuff with Google. So then you can hit this button here and go back to your home screen, where you've got your Apple CarPlay if you're going to use it. You got your maps, and I was listening to YouTube Music earlier. I was listening to Spotify. And then the range, which again kind of shows you a breakdown of where your energy is going. So I think the last area to show you here in the Volvo C40 is this backseat space. You can see it's really not class leading in terms of room back here. It'll definitely work. But one of the big things here that I thought was kind of a shame was they've got this center hump. And it really shouldn't be something that we see in EVs, but there it is. So that's kind of in the way. Of course, nobody wants to ride in the middle anyway, but just in general, we don't think the center hump should be there. So that's one of those aspects that I thought could be better in the back seat. There are a couple USB-C ports down in that area, and then the headrest do go down, and then here, this centerpiece, that's where you've got your cup holders. But in general, just not class leading, but hey, if you needed a couple kids back there, wouldn't be a problem. But that is the back seat. So you can see we arrived at the hotel with 34% state of charge. Absolutely thrilled with the Volvo C40. Couldn't be more pleased. The ride was great. I'm typically used to a bigger vehicle, obviously with the Lightning, but this was perfectly fine. It's got all this space that I need. It's got your 60/40 rear split seats. It's got plenty of area for bags and whatnot in the back here. And overall, it's a great compact SUV. So we're just going to close that up, and appreciate you guys coming along for the ride and the journey. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you on the next one. That is it for the Volvo C40.